What's up, guys? I'm back. This is going to be a part two to the last great tool debate video. That video ran way long, over an hour, so I apologize if it was too long. I probably could have broke it up, but some people enjoy the long content videos, some people don't. I like long content videos. When I'm working here in my garage, I like to put those on, while I'm doing things in here, and so I enjoy the longer videos. Some people don't, so apologize for that. The reason why I'm doing a part two is because there was a lot of things that I missed in that first video that I didn't really talk about. I realized after. It was running so long, I was just trying to end it. So I want to thank everybody who commented on the last video. We got some great feedback. And that's the whole point of these videos, is get people talking, so, to address some of the comments. One of them was about CP the Tool Addict, his channel, and that's actually why I made this video. Because of CP, he's been talking a lot over the last couple weeks about, tools, prices, rebrands, and it's been getting a lot of people talking. It gets people angry. Some people care, some people don't care. Some people get defensive. So I've been watching CP's channel for a very, very long time. I participate in all his live streams that he does on Fridays. Also, in that comment, he was saying he doesn't mind spending a little extra money on higher use items, and I was actually thinking about that right after I made that video and right before that was even commented. So I'm going to ask you guys for an opinion here, because I wanted the high wear items lately for me that never used to be a high use item is these torx. So I showed in that video how I twisted this bit. I was trying to take head bolts off a car that had torx bolts, and I can count on one hand how many times I've seen torx head bolts in a car. One time. I've never ran into that before. It was on a Ford Focus, and this happened. This is real soft metal on these Huskies. I got these probably over 15 years ago, because that's when kind of torx were, more manufacturers were getting into torx. And it was really mostly on the interior, a lot of interior work. Didn't really see it too much in the engine bay. So I was trying to take off the head bolt. It's a T45. So I twisted that, and that's when I bought the Tecton. And these Tecton, man, these things are super hard metal. So after that video, and the guy who commented, spend more money on higher wear items, higher use items. So I'm looking at, there's a Tecton set on Amazon. I think it's $92. It comes with torx. It comes with e-torx, which are these. And it also comes with tamper torx. Now, I had a project just a few days ago. I could have swore I owned a set of tamper torx. If I do, I haven't seen them for years. I've torn my whole garage apart. I can't find them anywhere. So that Tecton set has the regular, the tamper torx, and the e-torx, $92. And then I found a Capri set that I think is pretty much identical for half the price. It's about $50. So I'll put links in the description for those. Maybe you guys can chime in. If anybody's used the Tecton set or the Capri set, I don't care about the price necessarily, but I really do like these Tecton ones. This is a T55. These things are super hard, man. Super, super hard. So I ended up using this to take those head bolts off that Ford Focus. And I had an extension on this one because you got to go down into the cylinder head. So obviously it was better to order the longer one. And then I used it with this, which I talked about in that last video, this Quinn extendable pry bar on that. and I was able to break those free. So yeah, I am looking at getting a better set of those because lately I find I'm just using them all the time. Now this one here is actually for, I believe, I thought this was for some Ford, like F-250 calipers, I believe uses these, something like that. I have the one because it was the one that I was using at the independent shop. I was seeing a lot of those. I only needed one, so I just bought one. So some other things some people were mentioning. I talked about these wrenches up here. I talked about my ratcheting wrenches up here. But one thing that I didn't really talk about was another wrench set I have that I keep up here on the wall. I actually have them screwed to the wall. They're in a wrench organizer, the Craftsman. I have 2 sets of them, so I'm probably only going to take one set down because I have them screwed to the wall. So I have these are just like my other Craftsman stuff. These are, hold on a second, sorry. Sorry about that. These are also like 15 or 20 years old. So I have 2 sets. I have the metric and the standard. I have it screwed to the wall. They have these little holes back here. So I have them mounted to the wall over here. Mainly because I don't really use them as much anymore. But these are USA made too. Right there. And I want to talk a little bit about Craftsman here too. So I have the whole set. This is a 1/4 inch up to 7/8. And then I have a metric set. It's the same exact set, just a metric. It goes, what, 8 millimeter, I think? Yeah, 8 millimeter to 8 millimeter to 18 millimeter. So that's the biggest, 18, and it goes down to 8 millimeter. Yeah, so 8 millimeters is the smallest. So one thing I wanted to talk about Craftsman is something that's kind of exciting. And I actually just went to the website the other day after the video, because I knew that Craftsman was making their hand tools in the USA again. They just recently, I think it was during COVID, when they announced they were building a factory in Texas. So they are now making their hand tools back in the USA, which is, I think it's kind of exciting. I mean, these are great tools. Look at these wrenches. You know, these are 20 years old, just like those sockets back there. Also Craftsman, 15, 20 years old, like I mentioned in the other video. And when I went to the website, I was actually surprised. They're making stuff all over the United States now, in Tennessee, and they have factories all over now where they're making reciprocating saw blades and shop backs, and all this stuff is coming back to the United States, which is awesome, I think. You can't really say that for some other tool brands. Maybe some Snap-on, some Matco even is not even made in the USA. Some of that stuff if it's rebranded, it's coming from overseas. So check out Craftsman's website. I mean, you can go, to Ace Hardware and buy it, and now Lowe's. So yeah, I would go to their website. I was on there just the other day. I'm thinking about picking up some things that I'm kind of needing, and I'll try them out and we'll do a review on that. But I think it's an exciting time for Craftsman. That's my opinion. I mean, bringing stuff back to the U.S. When Sears was going under, they moved everything overseas. So now that Stanley Black & Decker owns them, it's back in the U.S. and they're making a ton of products all over the United States. So don't count Craftsman out. I mean, I used to have a set of these in a 6-point. I think they got stolen though. I was trying to remember the other day. So I'm not a fan of 12-point. I have them because at the time, that was all that was available. I think when I went to buy them, they had no 12-point. They were all sold out. So I mean, that's why I have 12 point. You know, I really do prefer the 6 point, but it is what it is. So maybe at some point I'll get some more 12 point. So another thing I wanted to mention was that I didn't mention in the other video, something that you kind of don't really use in a, you may or may not use at the dealership. It depends on your level of, you know, expertise and diagnostics, but I have this multi-tool. Now I used to have a fluke meter. I got rid of that years ago. I sold it. This one's more for like an electrician, I guess. It's an Ideal. I think I got it. It was like, you know, a smoking deal sale. But it does a lot, you know, voltage and ohms, and you don't really necessarily need one of these at a dealership. I mean, the whole like 7 years I worked at Toyota, I only used this. Well, it was the fluke meter I had. I only used it a few times. I mean, if you want to go down that rabbit hole, you can. I mean, I find in most dealerships, you either are or you aren't when it comes to electrical. So there's usually always one guy in the shop that's the genius. He knows everything about electrical. So here at the house, I find that I use it way more than I ever did at the dealership. So, you know, you can kind of make that decision on your own. If you want a multimeter, you know, you don't necessarily need to spend $600 on a fluke. But yeah, they're kind of nice to have if you're going to be testing sensor. You know, you don't want to just start replacing stuff that doesn't need to be replaced. You know, you can definitely test stuff for ohms and voltage before you just go and replace it. So I think the pry bars I forgot about. So I have some pry bars down here. These are also Harbor Freight. That, you know, do you want to spend sorry, do you want to spend $50, $100 on a pry bar at Snap-on or Matco? I mean, if you do, you do. But these are easily 15 plus years old. I have 2 of them. I have another one down there, and then I have this shorter one. The ones with the striking cap those are way better if you can get those. I don't know if Harbor Freight makes one with a striking cap, because this one I broke doing that. I was whacking it with a sledgehammer. So I don't know if Harbor Freight makes one with a striking cap. I've never looked, but it is nice to have one with a striking cap. So yeah. So I forgot to mention that stuff. Somebody was also commenting, you know, is this all the tools that I really have? No, it's not. So this box is really set up for what I do here at my house. I did a video on this box, so if you guys are interested, I'll put a link in the description. But a while ago, I did a review on this box. And this also has a lot of tools in it. So I did a review on the Montezuma box. Bring you down closer here. Sorry. So this is also full of tools. Not full, but I keep this in my car. Just some basic stuff in here. Wrenches, more Craftsman wrenches. I have tons of these. More of the USA made. Craftsman. Just some basic sockets. I have the semi-deep Husky Pros. These are awesome. Some more Matco screwdrivers. Needle nose. Wire strippers. These are, side cuts. These are, I think these are Crescent. I think these are made by Crescent. These things are awesome. I have like 3 pair of them, the Crescent ones. I find they've been better than some of the other brands. This thing is also awesome. My wife bought me this. If you're interested in this, I'll put a link. But these things are awesome because they have inside a screwdriver, a flathead and a Phillips head. This actually saved my butt one time. I had one of those. Oh, and it has a pocket knife too. But I had one of those. My radiator hose had one of those stupid spring clamps on it, and if I didn't have these, there's no way I would have got that spring clamp off. This was all I had with me at the time. I had no other pliers, so these things are awesome. Made by Irwin. I'll put a link if you guys are interested in that. I have more impact sockets down here. This is another set of the Pittsburgh in metric deep. I got that just to keep in the car. I keep gloves in here. I've got so many of these lights. I think I talked about in the other video. Here's another one. I've got one in blue. I've got one in black. I think I have one in orange. The blue one's here. Yeah, I have a bunch of these Matco Streamlights. So I keep that in there. Just some basic stuff to keep in the car. A set of these Husky Allens. Again, these are not really a high use item for me, really. And I got some more 1/4-inch sockets down there. Just some basic stuff. I mean, you can't really have everything, so I just kind of put in there what was basically extra. A lot of these are just extra tools. I got a big crescent wrench here. I think this one's, there's no name, but I remember I bought it at Ace Hardware, I believe. Adjustable wrench. And another pair of vice grips. I have tons of these Irwin vice grips. I have like 6 pair of these. You can never have too many vice grips. So I'll put a link if you guys want to check out the review on this box. I also have a whole shelf over here. So this is another box, a Cobalt. I love this box. I don't know if they make this box anymore, but I would highly recommend this box. It's got 2 drawers, but it's also full of tools. I don't know if you can see. Let me see if I can get a better angle here. So again, it's full of tools. These drawers are full of tools. Over here I have coolant pressure testers, valve spring compressors. This box is full of tools. This Stanley box is full of tools. And then I've got more stuff down there. Those are all full of tools too. There's like an electric 1/4-inch impact in there and some other stuff like that. So that stuff's there because I just don't use it every day. The stuff I use every day is in here. So that's why I have this. You know, someone said, like I said, someone said, this is all the tools you have. Well, no. It's all the tools I use currently every day. So and I have, you know, I don't even know if I mentioned all these other ratchets. I think I did. A Husky ratchet there. So yeah, so for everybody that's commented on the other video, I appreciate it. And that's the whole thing, like, to get everybody, you know, talking about, you know, what they have and don't have and what they like and don't like. And, you know, if you want to buy Snap-on, buy Snap-on, whatever. I mean, you know, just, there were so many comments and so many stories that people have told me about getting in a tool debt with Snap-on or Matco. And I've seen it happen too. I mean, one guy commented that somebody he worked with had a $485 a week tool bill with Snap-on. That's insane. So, I mean, hey, if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. I mean, don't get sucked in, because when I first started at the dealership in 2002, you know, there wasn't very many options. There wasn't Ulsa or all these other companies. More, you know, they weren't really around. And now more and more companies want to get in the game. You know, everybody wants to get their stuff into a dealership. Gear Wrench and Vim Tools and all these companies. So also I wanted to mention JD Tico. If you don't know who he is, Jersey Discount Tool on YouTube. He has an app. He sells a lot of stuff at Smoking Deals. So I got this from him recently. Everybody needs one of these. Everybody. Dealership, at home, everybody needs one of these spill-free funnels. I got this from JD Tico. Get one. He had them for a smoking deal. That's the part number. You go on JD Tico's website or app, put in that part number, get yourself a spill-free funnel, because they are worth every penny. You'll wonder how you've been working without one. So yeah, please, 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 if you can, like and subscribe to the channel. If you've never been on my channel before, I don't do just tools. I just decided to do this video because I want people to talk about, you know, what's out there and their experience in the tool world and the tool business and their experience with Matco and Snap-on and so on and so forth. So if you go back through my channel, we talk about all kinds of stuff on here. Shoes and camping gear and EDC and knives and so on and so on and so on. So anything that I've bought and used in my life that I like, I put on this channel. I give you an honest review. Typically, I have a 6-month rule. I don't take, you know, sponsorships. Everything that is on here is all stuff I bought with my own money. So I want to give you an unbiased review. If it's absolute crap, I will tell you. I've already have a few videos out where I've complained about things that I've bought, and some people have messaged me and said thanks for letting me know that this thing was garbage. So now I'm not going to buy it. I was going to buy it, but now I'm not. So, you know, take it with a grain of salt. I'm 100% honest. No one's more honest than me. My wife tells me all the time I'm too honest. So I'm bringing that to this channel. That was the whole reason for starting this channel. So I believe that's it. That's all I have. Those were the kind of the things that I missed. So if there's anything else that you guys want to ask me about, put it down in the comment section. And if I have to do another video, I will. So I don't want this video to go too long. So yeah, I appreciate everybody. Get down in the comments. Let's talk more about tools. Tell me your stories. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks. Bye.